I just want to say, I speak as someone that has been part of this culture war, SJW, anti SJW, whatever you want to call it. I've been part of this since 2015. I mean, I don't know, because, I first heard about the whole SJW bullshit back in like 2015. I think it was 2015, 2013, whatever. I got more active into the whole anti-SJW culture war thing, fighting the good fight or whatever, whatever they want to call it now, and it's just, I don't know, because it's like, and then I did videos on my channel. I did videos on my channel. Some videos, looking back, I'm not even really proud of because I was just, feeding the hive mind. As I've described before, I was a screaming voice in a scream of voices. Sorry, I was a screaming voice in a sea of screaming voices. But, and it's like, the reason why I'm even doing this video, I haven't done a video like this in a long time. It has been a while. I haven't done like any video with my voice. The last time I did anything like this was back during the whole Bleach Disney Plus discourse, which I was really, really hoping that wasn't true. And it was. And I'm not going to get into that or the crazy, crazy people that think that Bleach teaming up with Disney Plus was a good thing, that it was a good thing for the franchise. I have those receipts. I could even find the guy. I could find his comments that he did, but that's not what I'm here about for today. I'm here for, the whole point of this recording, this video, is Paper Mario, and I'm someone that I'm trying my best not to just, like, at this point, I don't want to get involved. I don't want to get, like, be, because I've seen the negatives. I've seen the negatives of both sides. SJWs are crazy. Antis are just, they, I don't know. As someone who used to be in that circle, they can be, if you say the wrong thing, they can be just as bad as SJWs. They can be just as just as unforgiving. They will go and say shit about you. They will go and say, even when you've admitted you've said something wrong or you made a mistake and you try to correct that, that's not good enough for them. That's not good enough for them, because to them you're still the bad guy. I speak from experience because this happened to me. But anyways, my point is that I've seen the discourse, and I'm like, the only reason why I'm even bothering doing a voice recording video, whatever, like this, in this format, because I'd rather do edits. I don't really feel like getting my voice, getting myself back into the ring in this format. But the discourse I've seen regarding the Thousand Year Door remake, I'm just, some of it, I can get it. But I've seen people go saying, "Oh, it's woke now. It's this, it's that, it's DEI approved, it's DEI detected." It's, and sure, I'll be fair to that site. They listed the game as just censored, not DEI detected. But then I've seen some of the other stuff that they've said, and I don't know. I really don't know, because I'm going at it. I should clarify now. I should elaborate now. My only narrative, my only agenda is someone who just likes the damn game. I love, Paper Mario. I grew up. It was like probably one of the first, like, really, really amazing, breathtaking games I ever played on GameCube. To this day, it was that much of a highlight. It was my first, I'm pretty sure it was my first RPG. It was my first RPG, JRPG, whatever you want to whatever you want to call it. And it was a game that I played well long after I finished the game. I think it was the first game growing up. It was the first game that I ever had where the timer, actually, I got the timer to say 99 hours, 59 minutes, and like 59 seconds, because that was the maximum time amount on the thing. So it was, because, I mean, even after you finish the game, there's side quests, there's making all the recipes, there's a lot of stuff to do, and back then I didn't have internet. I didn't know how to find out all this stuff. I think I managed to actually find and make all the recipes and stuff, or most of the recipes, and then whatever other ones when I finally had internet, I went and I had that, ready to go, where I was getting the recipes done and stuff. And here I am, I'm yammering. I'm getting off topic. That's one thing I'm just too, it's one thing I really guilty of. That's the one thing I'm willing to own up to my own shit too. But when it comes to the stuff, it's just the last thing I wanted to see when it came to this game, because I was so happy. This was something that we, the fans, we, the gamers, we've wanted this. We wanted this for a long time. I wanted this back during the Wii U era a decade ago, where I had some sort of port, remaster, whatever, of this game again. And this was something that mattered, it mattered to a lot of people. It mattered, to the point where, and there are still some people, they don't they don't know. I mean, it's not that they don't understand, they don't know that it being remade is a very big deal, because this could mean, given what happened to Paper Mario after Super Paper Mario, because with Sticker Star and on some level Color Splash, and I hesitate to admit Origami King, even though that game does look pretty cool by its own merits, they had stripped a lot of what made the first two or three games, what made them special. NPCs were very generic. They really stripped down the battle elements and a lot of stuff. I think Origami King, it wasn't until Origami King where they really sort of really brought battles back and made it unique as well. And not in a bad way, not in a stripped down way, just a unique way. But my point is, like, the last thing I wanted to see was the game being the highlight of all of this culture war bullshit, because I'll be honest, I'll be dead honest, I'm not an SJW, I'm never going to be an SJW, but I've also seen some of the stuff Andes have done, and how crazy some of them can be, and how, like, I'll be honest, some of them, I, maybe I'm biased. Maybe it's just me looking at it from a particular lens, but there are some cases where I just like with this remake. I mean, specifically, maybe not the other stuff, but certainly with this remake, where it just seems to me like they just want to be killjoys. They just want to be killjoys, because some people, I could get them being mad, I could get them being frustrated at the changes, but I also see, like, some of the people where it's just some of this, all this is to them is a headline. All this really is just a headline. It's just something that they can do. They can stress out as many videos as they want about it, and they can say whatever just to get people to not buy the game and whatever. And honestly, I'll be honest, if this was happening to any other game, I probably wouldn't even be doing this video. But this was something. This may be actually one of the first times this is something that's happened to something that was, a beloved childhood game of mine. And it's actually made me change how I feel about how, like, angry, how whatever I can be towards other games, because I wouldn't want this happening, if, like, to any gamers, that one game that they adore and treasure, I would never want this to happen to them, because one, it's very multifaceted because on the one hand, Nintendo is making themselves look bad because either like because they're not saying anything. They're not making any statements about this. They haven't said anything about that, the DEI, SJW, whatever you want to call, like whatever the wokey wokes, as I like to call them, like they have made no statement saying this, but there's already people already making that assumption. So you got that. You got the fact that since Nintendo allowed this to happen, you got anti SJW. Some of whom never even played. Probably they never even played the game, or they just want to do whatever they can to just ruin this for other people. Because I'm sorry, I've been in this boat long enough to know it's been at least nearly a decade, and I was very vocal about this at least 7 years ago in 2018. 6 7 years ago in 2018. And I was vocal about with all this anti stuff then, so it's like I know, and I'm aware enough to know how some of these people operate and how some of these people can be, and it's just I try distancing myself from all that. But my point is that it becomes such a lose-lose situation because you can either not get the game. Like how what it all boils down to is you could either not get the game and just by just doing what the antis want you to do. You can either do that, or you can get the game and you have to deal with the fact that this may or may not be something that was like SJW approved or DEI approved or whatever, and you have to deal with that. And it just becomes such a lose-lose situation. And it's gotten to a point now where I don't even like I was going to get the remake. I didn't mind, the change, like this very small changes. And I didn't mind it. But there were a lot of people that did, and then now they just I don't know. I'm not like I could get like I know like this could easily be warped back in my face and be like, "Oh, well, like Crimson, they are allowed to talk about this, like talk about the game in this way. Freedom of speech and all that shit." And it's like, yes, but I mean, at the same time, you also have the fact like if their intent is just to ruin it for other people, then I mean, I don't know. I really don't know because I don't think that's really quite fair. I would think if they I feel like if and I think that if they want to lambast the game, if they want to bash the game, if they want to take it out on Nintendo, that's fine. I think that they should be fair enough to say when it comes to such a sought out, such a requested remake, heavily requested remake or a rematch, or just a heavily requested game to come back in some capacity as Thousand Year Door. I think they should be fair enough to say like it's still, you like for their people that are watching, their audiences and stuff, even as NPC as some of them can be, telling them, hey, if you still want to get the game, that's your decision. If you still want to play this game, I get it. You know, they should still be, you know, at the very least saying like, oh, if like at least telling your audience, say, hey, you're not, you're not making a bad decision if you end up still getting the game, or if you're still, wanting to play the game despite that. You're not, caving into the whole SJW rhetoric, and I'm not either. I mean, I'll be honest, my only deal breaker is if they're going to go saying that, oh, hey, my only deal breaker from getting the game, and I'm saving up the money. I want to get it for my birthday. I'm saving up the money, but I'm gonna probably wait until I know it's out, until I know, like, going through, like, I might even watch someone play the whole fucking game, just so that way then I know whether or not, if they actually had the nerve to make Vivian trans, because honestly, that's the deal breaker for me. That's the deal breaker for me, because honestly, everybody, and I've said this on Twitter. I did a previous video recently, and honestly, I am really sick that, like, literally 90%, anytime you find a video about Vivian in Thousand Year Door, anytime you find a comment about Vivian or fan art of Vivian, 90% of the time it is something that's, trans coded or trans related. And I'm sorry, that's not her. I honestly, this is the rare time where I say, like, I don't even care if this was even in the Japanese version, literally, the localization. I've grew up playing a game, like, I first played Thousand Year Door in, like, 2008. So for nearly 20 years, I've just accepted, okay, the character's just a girl. It's not a femboy. She's not a femboy. She's not a boy. She's not trans. She's not any of that. She's just a girl who had serious, low self esteem issues, who was being bullied and was being treated as dirt by her awful sisters. And over the course of the game, when you get to chapter 4 and for the rest of the game, she really develops. She finds purpose and finds, stuff through helping Mario, and really develops and stands on her own and finds her sense of self and finds her self-confidence. And it's a nice story, and I just think that that should just be all it is. But But like I said, though, I'm going on another tangent. At least I stayed somewhat on topic, because I was staying on Paper Mario. Um, I really know all of y'all in the comments. I'm gonna try to keep this at least under 20 minutes, because I'm at 17 now. I'm gonna try to wrap this up. But like I said, I know y'all in the comments, or y'all just, some of y'all probably be thinking, oh, he's an SJW, oh, this, so that. Honestly, it's like, I'm not that. I know what I am. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna, deal with, or if anything, I'll probably just laugh at anybody who thinks I'm an SJW, just because of the fact that I'm mad, that I'm frustrated that you know, people are going and saying, just all of this. I'm just tired of the culture war bullshit. And I'm allowed to say that. I fought in this whole culture war thing for close to a fucking decade. So I'm allowed to be going saying I'm tired of this, and I'm tired of both sides, because I am. I really am. I'm tired of my, things that I like either being ruined, or I'm tired of people, when things aren't that bad, I'm tired of people that are treating it as it's way worse, and then and then going and doing all this, where it ends up potentially costing the game sales. Because, and if this was any other game, I wouldn't be doing this video. But it's like, this remake could bring the return, this return of format of JRPG or RPG Paper Mario. And, like, we could have that again. We could have unique NPCs again. We could have, a great, a really great game. And this had to happen. And I'll be honest, I'm mad at Nintendo. I know Nintendo doesn't actually care about the America side of things. But like I said, I'm mad at Nintendo, and I'm mad at this elevated response, this increase, because, and the internet hasn't helped, honestly, because this wouldn't have been, like, 20 years ago. This wouldn't have been as vocal. This wouldn't have been this, this, like, get out the pitchforks and everything. So, and it's just, and it wouldn't be this elevated had this happened then. But I don't know. I am also a young guy, so what do I know? I'm in my like mid to mid 20s, so it's like what do I know? I'm gonna try to wrap this up, but I do hope everybody watches this from or listens to this from start to finish, because I'm just really, I don't know. I really don't know. And I'm just really, like, I do know. Actually, I do know. And I'm mad and I'm frustrated and I'm disappointed. And maybe if y'all think I'm mad at the wrong people, well, that's fine. But honestly, I'm mad at, I am mad and frustrated at the right people too. So I have a right to be, I think I'm allowed to be mad at all the sides at this point, because like, and it's just like with that site going saying like, oh, that it seems Nintendo gamers don't care about like the censorship. Well, I mean, it's like people just, I swear, it's just really just, and if that was taken as killed, like if that was taken as them just trying to invalidate Nintendo gamers as, oh, they don't care about the bullshit, and it's like, it's funny. It's actually funny because that site, and it comes, whether it's that site or it's anti SGWs, and I don't know if maybe it's just maybe they just don't have the brain, like, that would actually be funny. Maybe they just don't have the brain power to play a tactical RPG like Fire Emblem, but this censorship and stuff has been present in Fire Emblem games since at least After Awakening. I don't know about if the one that I don't actually keep up with like all of the Fire Emblem, like the names of the games. But I don't know if the one that like after the one that had the Dragon Boy Corrin, Fates, I think was the name of it, Fire Emblem Fates. I don't know if Fates had it. I know Engage certainly had that. I don't know if about the others, but I know like it's been something that has been a talking point, at least in video game circles, and yet funnily enough, when it comes to channels like Geeks and Gamers, or channels like Clownfish, or channels like uh Yellow Flash, for all I know, like they've never, at least when I was sub to them or watched them at one point, and I'm not sub to them now, but when I did watch them, they never talked about those games. So it is kind of funny. It's like, oh, they'll shit on Paper Mario. They'll shit on Paper Mario, but they won't say a word, they won't say a peep about all the Fire Emblem games that came out, which I just find really weird. I find really weird and really almost hypocritical of them. Like, they'll talk about Mario, but Fire Emblem, it's nothing but crickets. If I have to, I'll even update the comment. I'll check if I have to. I'll check all three channels. I'll check all three channels. I'll search Fire Emblem and I'll see if they ever covered this. And if they did, I'll write a comment. I'll update the description. I'll do whatever, and I'll say like, okay, well, they actually did talk about it. But it's even so, regardless, it hasn't been like you would think that would be what they would be talking about. That would be a frequent thing they would be talking about. And they just really, it's never been it's never been a talking factor. I guess I'll just wrap this up here, but I had to do a video. I wrote something on Discord about, like, in my server, I wrote something about this, and I just figured, well, given how late it is, it's already 4 o'clock at the time of this recording, 4 a.m. at the time of this recording, and I figured, like, I mean, I might as well just get a video out on this and express my thoughts, because this game, like, the game is too important to me not to. And I'm just, if people want to like go and because you never know, like, I bet you if I had more subs, if I had more subscribers, they would probably be there, then they would go using my video. It actually would be kind of funny if they ended up if the typical channels used my video as some sort of whatever attack to, just go and critique me and debase me, or not debate, well, not debase, or just take anything I say and either use it against me or prove me wrong, because that's just how these people operate. Some of them, at least. I don't know about all of them, but I'm tired. I'm really tired of this, and I'm really tired of this culture war, and I'm allowed to say that. And I'm allowed to say I'm mad at both sides, because honestly, when it comes to some of these anti-SJWs, they are just as stupid and just as moronic and just as, hyperbolic and volatile. Even, dare I say it, even some of the rare, I've seen the rare few that are in fact racist, and they've just infiltrated the group. And that was actually my first step why I got out. Why I got out and why I distanced myself from some of this anti-SJW, like this mindset, this mentality, whatever. Because I did a video, and I'll get the link, I'll have it in the description. I did a video that, was exposing someone who now deleted their comment, but the video's still up. My video's still up. Exposing someone for going and saying something was SJW, and then the only like thing that he had, the only point he had was because the show had an Indian actor, and then proceeded to use a slur. And that was I've mentioned before, that was my wake up call. I'm yammering again. I'm just gonna wrap this up here. I'll As for like a brief update on my channel, my videos, I'm just gonna do videos when I can. After last year, after what happened last June, which, good heavens, it's been almost a year now. After what happened last June, I haven't been as frequently doing videos, because that whole thing really phased me then, and I want to do videos. I want to do edits again. I would rather that if I have to I would rather if I have to talk about if I have to go into something I don't like, a thing I don't like, I would rather just take the thing I don't like, and instead of just being angry and being mad and being, saying the same shit, because I know it's not, for me at least, it's not going to get anywhere. I would rather just make edits of videos, like just make funny edits that just mock the damn thing. That's what I would rather do. But I'll get back to videos soon. I'll have to see. I've just been busy with other stuff at the moment, and I'm just trying to just figure out what to do with myself, and figure out what to do with. I do want to still do videos, because it's like one of the few other things I'm good at besides playing video games and being giving giving my, my opinions and my statements, and my being very vocal and snarky and whatever on Twitter. One of the few other things I'm good at is video editing, but I don't want to just video edit. Just, I want it to be something. I want it to be a creative idea. I want it to be something, I want to like show off my video editing prowess and stuff. So, but I'm just gonna wrap this up here, and if anyone who watches this or listens to this made it all the way to the end, kudos to you. But like I said, feel free to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you when I see you, I guess, or talk to you, or whatever. I don't know. Talk to you later, I guess.